Hey, happy Tuesday. It's Coach Tom Ferry. Welcome to Life by Design, your place online for ideas, information, and how to stay in the right action. I'm sitting here in beautiful Maryland, getting ready to do a little event, and I want to talk to you about Redfin. I wrote down this question: consumer advocate or agent antagonist? That was kind of the headline of my blog this morning. I'm sure you've read online the same thing, the chatter about Redfin's new scouting report, giving consumers the ability to check in on your number of closed transactions, including your active listings and more, direct from your MLS. So the question is, are they consumer advocates giving this information, or as a brokerage, have they become agent antagonists? I say it's probably a little bit of both. Obviously, we live in transparent times, and consumers want to know the truth, and I believe they deserve to know the truth. For far too long, many agents have been out there claiming to be number one or, the best agent in town, and now consumers have a way to potentially, keyword potentially, verify that information. I have to say this though, I believe that they've gone a little too far. I mean, here we are now for the first time ever. Consumers have access to information that's never been public before, only to your MLS and of course to your brokerage. To make matters worse, the data in many cases has been incorrect. If you look at the numbers, this only adds fuel to the fire. For example, clients that are running teams, people that we're dealing with that have teams, the individual agent's production is showing up, but not the team's. So there's a discrepancy there. In addition, we work with a lot of clients that do off-market transactions. I think of one client that I'll be talking to in a few minutes, who his entire business model has been off-market transactions in the Silicon Valley. And if you talk to his broker, he's paid him hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions, and yet, based upon this, Redfin shows him doing very little business. So, we've got a challenge there. The bottom line is this. I think if you ask agents, it's been about 50-50 based on the people I've talked to. People that think it's fantastic, people that think it's absolutely outrageous. The question I have for you and I, though, is what should we do about it? At the end of the day, change is always going to happen. What are you going to do? So here's what I wrote down. 4 things. Number 1, stop and breathe. It's not the end of the world. This is certainly not the first time this has been done. The Houston Association of Realtors did it a few years back, and Redfin did it in a few small markets. In both cases, both programs were eventually pulled. So let's just be clear. The future's coming. These things are normal. Yelp, reviews, all this stuff is normal. Stop and breathe. Don't overreact. Number 2, I wrote down, remember, consumers today are still selecting real estate professionals that they know, like, and trust to the tune of over 80%. Number 3, I wrote down, now would be an excellent time to add as many reviews to your website, to Zillow.com, to Realtor.com, and other sites that you can to showcase your abilities to negotiate, to serve your customers, and to ultimately showcase your strengths. And then the last thing I wrote down, number 4, what a wonderful opportunity for you to now maybe sit back and refine your unique selling proposition, your USP, as in why should consumers select you versus the competition? Maybe now is the time to also look at how do you address the fee situation. When people ask, what are your fees on the buy side or the sell side? What is your answer to that objection, that condition, that question? Now more than ever, consumers are looking for agents that have the ability to demonstrate negotiation tactics. So start by reworking on your USP, work on your ability to handle the tough commission cutting, objection handling issues, and listen, my friend, you will be just fine. I wrote this down though real fast. Give me some feedback on this. This is kind of a touchy subject. I was looking at Active Rain over the last weekend, and boy, there were some interesting blog posts there, and there was a lot of people up in arms about this conversation. Some people defending it. Most people, at least on one of the blog posts I was looking at, people pretty upset about it. But I want to know your reaction. I want to know your opinion. So email me at tferry, F-E-R-R-Y, at yourcoach.com. I want to know what you think. Remember always, your strategy matters. And now more than ever, your passion rules. Talk to you soon.